like a partners or not. So it depends from company to company. If a company is service oriented, of course, concern for employees is going to be huge. If they are production company, manufacturing company, then their focuses for employees is going to be a different perspective, giving them good and working conditions, just like that. So they will be focusing on that. So mission statement is not just like one statement or something. It targets all of these components of mission statement. All right. Let's focuses on number 2 step of strategic management process. That means doing internal and external analysis, or step 2 external and step 3 internal. What is the external analysis? External means, whenever you talk about external, which means external environment. External means which is not under the control of organization. For example, taxes, government policies, right? Any emergencies like we just faced, corona, COVID. So these are all called external analysis. So you need to pick up that what kind of opportunities we can get, what kind of threats we can have. So we do SWOT analysis: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. First of all, external analysis: opportunities and threats. So for example, right now the biggest opportunity for any company is to enter in EV and hydrogen powered vehicles. So have you ever imagined that Sony, Huawei, Apple Corporation, they would be entering into electronic vehicle market? Have you thought about that before? No. So it means they are seeing this market as an opportunity, and they see that there is no more such room. There is more room to enter into the market and make some profits or expand the business. So they are also jumping in this industry. So we do have biggest name, Toyota, Ford, we have Maserati, we have Mercedes and Benz and all those stuff, right? But still, nobody can even imagine that Sony and an Apple Corporation or a Huawei company, they will be entering into the automobile industry. But which kind of market? Electronic vehicle market. So that's coming from opportunities. Threats: what are the negative external factors that company cannot control? What if company enter the market and government changes the policy? What will happen? What if we cannot find the resources, like right now what's happening in China? For example, they are looking for engineers and they cannot find engineers in China, and they want to hire foreigners. But government is saying no to foreigners, just hire local person. And now they are very worried about that, how to find this kind of caliber people in China. Maybe they find out, but there is a language barrier, because at this top level manager, he must speak a good English as well. And then you need to you need to talk about to the other partners in English, to the other parts of the world. So they would be needing a strong person who can hold this organization together. But the government says no more foreigner people, only Chinese would be preferred. So it's going to be hard to find this kind of person. So this is negative trend, and which is in your control. It is external, no, right? So in SWOT analysis, the other two parts, opportunities and threats, these are called external factors or external environment. And the first two factors are called internal environment or internal analysis. So let's do that. In internal analysis, we see our strength, where we are, and how we can do that. All right. So when you are doing internal analysis, you will be finding out what are your resources, how much you own, and how can you use those savings or those money or those assets to develop, manufacture, and deliver products. Right. So you cannot have all the money. So it means you need to figure it out how to manage your scarce resources, because resources are not limited. Sorry, they are not unlimited, they are limited. So if you have projects or products, so you need to find out which one gonna give you more strength or more profit. But you don't have money to invest all these three. So you find out the best match. All right? So you utilize those resources according to your assets that you have. And then capabilities, whether you have those capabilities to make this product or not. You have resources, but what are the skills? Do you have that or not? So Apple company, Huawei companies are entering into automobile industry. So resources, maybe they have the money, but they have that skill set and abilities to do that. They need to search for it. All right, and if they can find out, they can develop, then they can also go towards their core competencies. So what are the philosophy of the firm? What we are, famous for? All right. So core competencies, the company's major value creating capabilities and determine its competitive weapon. Right. So this comes in order to perform steps 2 and 3. You just perform SWOT analysis. It's going to give you the whole answer. Strength, weaknesses. What are your strengths that your competitors don't have it? Whether you have a unique resources, whether you have a tons of money, you have good investors, you have caring or loyal investors with you so that you can take risk or not. Right? Weaknesses. What are your own weaknesses? So it's coming from your inside. Maybe your employees are not happy with you. Maybe you have to hire so many employees and you have to fire so many employees. Maybe your employees are not, standing with you for 5 years. They just leave you after 1 or 2 years and they just go. We call this employees turnover, right? So you need to figure it out whether you have this weakness or not, and then you perform SWOT analysis, opportunities and threats. It's going to give you all this information. So first of all, what is your mission, and what is your internal strength, and what is your external opportunities and threats? And now, based on those SWOT analysis, step 2 and 3, you try to formulate the strategy. So as manager formulate strategy, they should consider the realities that are coming from SWOT analysis. Right? So there are three main types of strategies. Number one, corporate level strategies or corporate strategy, competitive strategy, and functional strategy. Right? We'll talk about it later, but in our coming slides. But just going to give you a little idea. Corporate level strategy is on the top level. If you know the hierarchy of management, we have lower level manager, we have middle level, we have top level. So in top level, we do corporate level strategy. In middle level, we do competitive strategy, and the lower level, we talk about functional strategies. All right. So corporate level strategy, for example, in Huawei, they talked about, okay, let's enter into a EV market. Let's make a four-wheel drive, electronically powered SUV. So they transfer to the middle level. So whether it is viable for us to enter into a EV industry or SUV industry, and what are the competitive advantage we will get, and how would we be competitive if Toyota is giving the EV market, for example, $30,000 SUV. So can we compete this price and make the profit as well? And then they make a functional level strategy. What is the manufacturing level strategy? What is the assembly line, financial strategy? What is the operation management strategy? What is the HR strategy? So this is called functional level strategy, right? And then we go for implement the strategy. What is the mission? Two or three SWOT analysis. We formulate the strategy. Three kinds of strategy: corporate level, competitive level, and the last one is functional level. And then we go for implementing. So when we implement it, then we see its fruit basically. So no matter how effectively you plan, unless your implementation is good, you cannot find out whether you plan or whether you implement. Where was the fault? If you plan well but you didn't implement well, both are cancelled. If you plan well but you couldn't implement, even then both are cancelled. Even the plan is bad and you implemented, even then both are at fault. Everything will go wrong. So till the step 5, you need to be very focused. When you implement the strategy, the last one is you track the performance. So how effective have strategies been at helping the organization to achieve its goals? And what adjustment needed here? Should we go to the loop? Again, see the mission, formulate, again, see the mission, SWOT analysis, formulate strategy, and implement, and then see again. Okay, so the type of organization strategies that we talk about over there, corporate level, you talk about here on top level management, that what kind of business we need to enter into. And then competitive level, okay, business level strategies, and then functional level strategies. See, manufacturing, research and development strategy, marketing strategy, human resource strategy, finance strategy. All right. So here they are top level managers. Here they are middle level who design competitive strategies. And here there are functional level. So let's just talk about the corporate strategy, because we are talking about so our focus is going to be on corporate level strategy, long term, which is done by the top level managers. So a corporate level strategy or corporate strategy in which an organization determines what business a company is in or wants to be in, and what it wants to do with those businesses. All right, what new business we need to expand, or should we stay here? All right, and what we have to do, whether we should continue this or whether we should discontinue this, or whether we should enter into a new direction. All right, so there are different types of, I would say that 4 types of corporate level strategy. Number 1 is concentration. Integration include vertical and horizontal, and then diversification. So let's just talk about concentration. So which means